The number one thing that millionaires have in common with other successful people is their drive. They're not willing to let anything stand between them and success, which often means doing whatever it takes for the sake of achieving goals or intrigues whatsoever. The freedom to do whatever you want when you want sounds great on paper, but how many of us can actually take advantage? Not everyone has an unlimited budget nor time constraints holding back his or her endeavors. Some might need both before they start making waves, or even just getting started. So let me cut you a deal, all you have to do is listen up for the next 5 minutes, okay? Let's go. Max from Germany made $4,643.17 in 7 days. Kalim from Manchester made $2,935 in a day. Karen from Taiwan made $2,114.59 in 30 days, doing close to nothing. What do all these people have in common despite being all over the globe? They all use the same method. There are thousands of people that make money online every single day without any real effort, and over the next few minutes, I will spill my personal secret for making consistent daily profits online. If you have felt like there are so many people promising the world but never delivering, I know how it feels to be marketed at, influenced by advertisements and gurus alike before finding yourself lost in a sea of hype. But don't worry, this solution will make sense eventually if we give our undivided attention. I'm going to show you something brand new you've never seen because I've never shared it before. It has to do with being able to confidently earn thousands of dollars online each and every week, just like Max, Kalim and Karen do. Truth is, no matter how much you want it now, the power to make money from home is only given over time. After all, Rome was not built in a day. But once you get started, you'll be able to supplement your income by up to 10K or more per month. The pandemic that's changed the world forever made it possible for you to work from home, anywhere in the world, and make hundreds and thousands of dollars per day. Gone were the age-old days of working long hours at our 9-to-5 jobs without being broke afterwards. There are many people who have left their jobs and work remotely. One unique business is creating wealth beyond imagination for these individuals, but there's one way they can get even richer. Making money online. I've seen it time and again. Some people get rich while others are left struggling. But the truth is, anyone can make money online if they know what to do. All you need is a system that works for you regardless of your circumstance, not someone else's theory on how things should be done in order to create massive daily income with ease. You'll thank me later. Let me tell you about the internet millionaires I know. They're not that smart, in fact, many of them barely passed high school and failed college. You'd never guess they were special until you saw their bank account. They were just ordinary people who wanted more out of life and know they deserve bigger and better things out of life. So, think about your life. You're stuck in a job you don't like and it's been difficult to make ends meet. You also know nothing can get better unless you make a change. It's no secret that people make money online. But the thing is, there are certain tricks of the trade which can help you get started sooner and with less work than your average Joe blogger who doesn't know what they're doing yet. And I'm here today as someone willing to share them because my own success has been due largely in part to using these very same insider secrets when I ventured into digital entrepreneurship back before it was cool, and also not giving up. Today I'm taking a select few people and revealing an effortless technique. In fact, it made me over $30,000 just last month. Since I began sharing my secret method, I've helped hundreds of people just like you earn 4 and 5 figures consistently each month, and they work no more than an hour or two each day at their convenience. You can do the same thing all from your couch, on your smartphone, or in bed on your laptop. And don't worry, this has nothing to do with crypto trading, flipping NFTs, Amazon FBA, or dropshipping. None of that really even works for the everyday person. What I'll be teaching you is a revolutionary online profit strategy specifically designed to start making new money quickly and, more importantly, consistently. I have designed it so that even if you only have 10 minutes to spare each night after a long day at work, you can at least earn something. If you have an hour, you can make even more. You choose your hours and are in complete control of your own schedule. How much money you make and how much time you spend is entirely up to you. This is your golden opportunity to work less and earn more, only requiring your smartphone with internet access. I've made money while on family vacations. Bringing them around and treating them to nice meals were truly a blessing I can't describe. You've probably heard the story before. An opportunity was offered that sounded great, promising fast and easy money from an online source with no strings attached, but it never delivered on its promises. Maybe you even tried out this get-rich-quick scheme for yourself, only to be let down in spectacular fashion. I know that feeling all too well and went through it too. It hurts and it isn't fun. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. But that's why I'm so glad you're here. Because this is entirely different. So different that I'm actually able to hold your hand until you have results. What I'm about to show you is so lucrative that it has the potential to change lives. That means your life. Once I've shown you the power of my system, you'll have a 100% legitimate, easy-to-follow approach to making long-lasting, real money. You need zero prior experience. Join the ranks of people who are making real money by using my method. There's no need to spend hours a day working when you can get instant profits transferred straight into your personal bank account. A few minutes each week could mean big things for those seeking financial freedom in an increasingly expensive world filled with debts and obligations. Earlier in this video I mentioned how Max from Germany made $4,643.17 in 7 days. Kalim from Manchester made $2,935 in a day. Karen from Taiwan made $2,114.59 in 30 days, doing close to nothing. All these results by working less than an hour per day. The number of people who have contacted me weekly to tell me they're living their best life because I help them change the way they think is stunning. I've not shared these financial learning secrets with many people. To be brief, I am a man who has been to the other side and back. From being broke with no future prospects of getting any richer or happier until finally discovering the simple method that changed my life forever. Isn't life supposed to be enjoyable? It's tough when you can't afford the things that make life worth living. The more bills and debt there are, the less enjoyable it is to keep going on a day-to-day basis because your finances are such an overwhelming worry for most people in this position. We all have the same goal, to live our lives and enjoy them. This is why I created this simple system to help you get financially independent and feel the enjoyment of life all the time. Things were not easy for me when I first started out. My family didn't have much money, but they still supported the dream of getting an excellent education and making something better than what our backgrounds offered us. But things didn't work out how I thought they would when I got to college. Almost immediately my mom got sick and couldn't work anymore. My family financial woes increased, and almost immediately my parents got behind on their mortgage and were at the risk of losing our home. In an attempt to lift some of the financial burden, I ended up working 3 odd jobs, skipping half of my classes, and taking care of my mom whenever time permits, and my dad traded the couple hours of sleep we were each able to get. We did whatever we could to stay afloat. However, the stress and strain of my mom's illness, my odd jobs, school assignments, ultimately led me into a deep depression. I was so drained I looked like a walking corpse and eventually moved into the cheapest studio apartment to manage my time between my class, my mom, and my odd jobs where I was pulling 100 hours per week. Most days I was up by 5:30 a.m., serving coffee until 11 a.m., in class until 6:45 p.m., and waiting tables until 11 p.m. I did this consecutively for 2.5 years before passing out and was sent to the hospital. I knew then I couldn't keep going like this. I could barely recognize myself in the mirror and was forced to withdraw from my classes, losing my jobs in the process as well. I moved back into my parents' house and couldn't muster the energy to get out of bed most days. I could no longer provide for myself or my parents, throwing myself even deeper into depression, thinking of calling it quits once and for all. It was rock bottom for me. This is where things began to look up for me. I forced myself to get this late-night cashier job at the local supermarket, and it was during one of my breaks where I encountered my saving grace, a couple in their late 20s who stopped by in a BMW Z4. I asked how someone so young owns such a luxurious car, and they told me they make money online and gave me their email if I wanted to know more. After my shift, I went back to my apartment and emailed them right away. They replied with videos and testimonials with all kinds of people making an additional $100 or $1,000 per day. Instantly, I felt goosebumps all over my body, and everything felt like a calling to me. I needed a way to make some real money and fast. I needed something to pick myself back up, get out of my parents' house, and possibly pay off my parents' mortgage so my mom could worry less and focus on getting better. I needed to break free from this state of depression, and I knew that becoming financially stable would lift the heaviest weight off my shoulders. So I started out with Amazon FBA, or Amazon selling as it was the hottest trend then. Once I learned about this, I was confident I could do this in my spare time and walk away with some real money. But as you probably know, things are hardly smooth sailing. Almost every attempt ended up a failure, and it led me down yet another rabbit hole of gurus and multiple time wasters. And a month later, I was $500 poorer than when I started. At this point I could only pray someone high above was pulling my leg, but I knew it was not the time to call it quit yet. I kept searching for something and eventually found website testing for money. So, that's what I did for the next several weeks. When I wasn't cashing out people's groceries or getting some sleep, I spent my time testing websites on my phone. I would spend hours and hours testing sites, hoping for something good to finally come along, giving away all my personal info and time. While I did make a good bit of bucks during this time, it was evident that this wasn't going to work either. I felt taken advantage of and was back to square one, completely drained. I couldn't believe how gullible I was, and I swore to never do website testing again. Unfortunately, once again, I had no idea what to do next and was on the verge of giving up. I was no closer to getting back to even a studio apartment, and doubts creeped in, wondering if there was any way to make good money online. I scoured the internet during my free time trying to crack this make money online code, and the more I dig, the more people I see doing it. So why couldn't I? I was literally doing every other thing people are doing daily, and all I needed was to make $1 in profit to prove to myself that it's not a pipe dream. And not so surprising at that point, even making as little as $1 online seemed almost impossible. Then finally, I discovered one of the first tools that would completely change my life forever. I was highly skeptical, having been let down so many times before. I had little expectations, assuming it's just another gimmick or time waster BS. But this was different, and it wasn't anything like Amazon FBA or website testing, or even social media marketing. Within just days, I was no longer working towards a slim probability of making money online, but actually started to make real money. In fact, I made $53.70 at the end of my first day and $353 the following day. Not millions sure, but this time I know it's the system that I have longed for. All I had to do was replicate this exact process, and in almost no time, I started making twice as much as I was at my full-time cashier job. Everything happened so fast, and within 6 weeks into the system, my bank account was starting to look normal again, and when I hit 5 figures, I took bigger actions to scale with the system. For the first time, I wrote my parents a check for their hospitality and started to look for a new apartment because I could finally afford one. Around this time, I also quit my cashier job because I didn't need it anymore. I started earning over $3,000 per month, and that's when I realized things were working well for me. Not long after, I met a fellow student named Austin who was making even more than me. He showed me this new system he was using that earned him an additional $5,000 per month. It was something entirely different, and it paid even better. Not only was it not time-consuming, it also meant I could still run my initial business, doubling my income. I now had 2 systems that allowed me to earn money whenever I wanted, making me a boatload of money that I had ever made or even seen in my entire life. It started to feel too easy. I didn't need any extra education or fancy software except my computer or phone, essentially a way to get online. Once I figured out the first dollar, everything started falling in place. All I needed to do was follow the working formulas and duplicate them 10 or 20 times over. That's when I realized I could easily help others by cutting out the years of trial and errors I've made, showing them the exact same thing I'm doing to get paid. Everything happened so fast, and suddenly I was making real money, money enough to replace my full-time job and more, providing for my family, and having the freedom I desire. I now have several unique ways of making money, and neither show signs of slowing. I know that my methods can work for anyone regardless of their experience, age, and background, so there's no reason why you can't replicate my success by using the same tools to succeed. This kind of money will give you the freedom to pay off your credit card debts, mortgage, buy your dream home, spend more time at home with your loved ones, and bring them for vacations without having to worry about overspending. Realistically, this system will enable you to have the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Start living and stop letting life knock you down, stopping you from living your best days to the fullest. The roadmap and directions have been laid out in front of you. All you need to do is take action on this today. If you are watching this video right now, you have all the tools and equipment you need to succeed. I've been using these methods for 5 years, and they have continued to make me money every day, from $2,000 to $8,300 in a single week. Consistently, I've made enough money to buy my dream home and visit the wonders of the world, and still have more than sufficient to afford the finer things in life. I am eternally grateful for everything that I discovered and for everything I went through. Every setback, every mistake, and every defeat proved to be a dead end. At last, I found something that not only works, but is sustainable and scalable. This system enables me to make money wherever I am. From the comfort of my home, during my commute to my next vacation, or anywhere else with a Wi-Fi connection. And you can do it too. The best part of all of this is you have the choice to go online as little as you like, depending on how much you need for that month. If you want to put in 15 minutes before or after your main job, that's fine. If you want to put in lots of time and focus solely on this system, then run with it. You can live anywhere you choose as long as you have a decent internet connection, you're set. Life doesn't get much better than that. Let me share with you about one recent student that discovered my methods. Justin from North Carolina. He used to work long hours at his local bank and weekends taking care of his children. Because of his schedule, he struggled to sleep and keep up with his bills. He hardly spent quality time with his family, nor did he have many opportunities to advance at work, and he felt depressed. Once he discovered my methods, while his children were in school, he would spend 1 hour per day implementing the system to make extra money online. Each night, he earned at least $500 and sometimes even more than $1,000 within just a few weeks. Now, he's continuing to use my methods while building a small business of his own, using his earnings, and couldn't be more excited. Since sharing my program with the world, my inbox has been full of success story after success story. Every other day, I will receive emails from people who benefited from my program, thanking me for how it has completely changed them for the better. Now, you may be thinking, how much will this all cost me? And that's a valid question, but don't worry. For starters, I know I could easily sell everything I've collected over the years for thousands of dollars. Typically, this kind of expert-level information goes for 4-figure fees on top of recurring payments. However, I want you to have all the necessary tools you need to succeed. It will not cost you an arm or a leg, nor will it break your bank. I'm giving you lifetime access to my system for only $47. Again, these tools could sell for far more, but I want you to have everything you need to level the playing field and change your life for the better. $47 is practically a steal, and if you get started right now, I will throw in over $1,000 of bonus content for free. There are no hidden payments or fees, just $47 to discover my methods that will quickly work for you. You should look at this not as a purchase, but as an investment in your future. You could quite easily make your $47 back within days. Some of our existing members earn weekly incomes of up to $5,000. Suppose you have any doubts or any questions about making this investment. In that case, I want to eliminate any possible risks by offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. If my methods don't work for you, just email me and I'll refund your investment on the same day. It's that simple. No risk, win-win transaction with nothing for you to lose. You get to try my system for 30 days, and if you're not completely satisfied, you will get your money back. Simple as that. If you're watching this presentation, then congratulations. You're granted access to my methods and A to Z program to success. All you need to do is enter your email and click the Add to Cart button, and you can get started making money today. There's nothing else to it. You can be up and running, making money within a few hours of joining our current members, making up to $5,000 a week. Tap the Add to Cart button below, and together we can work to transform your life for the better. You can spend as little or as much time as you want, and you need nothing but a way to get online to use my system. Join me and be part of our success community today. Oh, this video will not be up forever. I am only giving this opportunity to a few more people. Do not close this site because I cannot guarantee it will still be here when you return. Take action now and invest in your future. Enter your best email address and click the Add to Cart button below. Literally anyone can make my program work for them. You don't need technical skills, previous experience, or fancy qualifications. This will work for you in a matter of days. Don't waste any more time. Enter your best email below and hit the Add to Cart button. Remember, your investment is protected by my 30-day money-back guarantee. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. Enter your best email address and click the Add to Cart button below.